So the front hair is kind of medium curly. It's like, it's sort of curly, but it's not as curly as up at the back top, and I'll show defining up at the top too. And then once I kind of get this section out of the way, I pin this back up just to kind of keep it out of the way. What I like to do is I just kind of do my little halves of hair that hang in my face first, just to get them out of the way. So it's like I do this half, and then I kind of go back and do this half. And it's just, I don't know exactly why I do it that way. It's just to kind of get both halves of the front half of my hair out of the way, because then I like to sort of start more at the scalp and comb my way back up. So it's like I have this section out right now, and you can still see there's lots of conditioner. And then I kind of do the same thing I did at the beginning. I just comb out the ends here, make sure there's no more tangles, and then I just kind of work my way up the strand of hair. And I don't comb, like, after I loosen up the bottom and make sure there's no tangles, I don't have to comb like from here all the way down, you know, then from here all the way down, and then from here all the way down, because that just wears out your hair. So I usually make sure that the bottom is tangle free, and then I kind of move, and I sort of like move out the tangles. I call it like beads on a string. So it's like I try and move each tangle kind of further down, and then at the end I just kind of like take them all off the bottom, or that's kind of how I visualize it. So I'm not going all the way down again. I'm just kind of moving the tangles closer and closer to the bottom. So it's like the goal is to kind of have it smooth all the way up here and have this all done, and then move them all out the bottom at once. I just made sure I sort of cleared an opening for all the tangles. And again, you can see I'm holding it like this so it doesn't tug the rest of my hair or pull, and I don't put any more pressure on the rest of my hair. So, okay, so it's like, so I've combed out the bottom, and I'm going back to the spot that I was. And so I just sort of comb it down until I can tell that I've cleared another little empty spot, and then I move up a little bit more, and I comb this down to that empty spot, and then I move up a little bit more, comb that down to the empty spot, and then I'm at the top of my head, and I usually sort of just make sure that this is combed. I use sort of the side of the brush because it's like all the bristles right here. It's a little bit intense. So I'm done with this top half, and so now that I'm done with this half, I don't have to come back to it, because the problem is if you comb all of it out and then move back up here again, it kind of sometimes catches and messes everything back up. So it's like I know this is combed, so it's like it's done now. So I kind of move back to the last place I know that my hair was tangle free. So here's my last tangle here, and then I move that out again, just down. So now I know from here all the way down to here, where you can see this is like the tangle, this is the comb part. The tangle's still kind of bunching up here, but it's like I know all this is now combed. And my hair's a lot curlier than this. This is just kind of like my somewhat looser curls. And again, it's like just because the weight of my hair has been holding it down for, or kind of keeping it weighted down, it's like now it just looks really a lot straighter than it is, and you can see all that conditioner in there. So this was my last tangle, so I make sure that that's totally out. And I'm still holding it really tightly to make sure it doesn't hurt or pull. So now I've moved all my tangles, so all my tangles now are at the ends. So this way I don't have to like kind of double work sections. So here's my newest tangled spot. So I'm moving it down again. So now I know it's all combed up until the bottom part. And then I'm just going to keep doing that until all the tangles are out, and again you can see how much it's foaming. And I just kind of keep working at it. And there's the last little snarl, and again you can see how much conditioner I'm using. That's why I put on this pajama top, because I make a big old mess. So now I'm just kind of getting the ends ready, combing them out one more time, but this time I didn't have to comb out the ends for every single step, you know, so that kind of keeps the ends from getting worn away. And now this is the very last tangle, so I'm moving it out. So now my entire section of hair in the front is combed.